A win, a goal, you must be pleased.
Yeah, I'm pleased with the performance more than anything. Very controlled, obviously pressure on, but you wouldn't think that to see most of the players today really. I don't think it'd take a genius to work out that what Pike give us differently to what we've had. Well, not what we've not had really for quite a while. And that's the deciding factor. A little bit of power and pace can make so much difference to the whole thing.
In recent weeks we've been saying one half good, one half not so good. Today it seemed like it was a consistent performance.
Yeah, just a real, not a cry, but a demand at half time to realise that, like Ricky did really, just needed somebody to really drive and believe that we could really go. I mean, I thought we played well first half, but it was still a bit Doverish, you know, it gets a bit messy the longer the game goes on. But then once they cleared their heads and we kept it simple and moved the ball quicker and then got it to Ricky and then, you know, I mean, he created 3 or 4 good chances, didn't he, himself really. So but I was pleased for I think hopefully some players found themselves again today and found the form that they've been showing all season. So, you know, we've just got to kick on now.
You mentioned Ricky Pike. It seemed a lot of the attacks were coming down that left-hand side, and it's eventually paid off for you for the goal. Just how much of a relief was it to see that one go in?
It was a relief. I mean, it's great for Younger to get it. In fairness, he's been excellent. I mean, you know, people deal with being left out of the team in different ways, but there's only one way for me, and that's be professional, be respectful to everybody around you, and then when you get your chance, do it. And he has done remarkably well to come on for Summerfield, who's a big player for us, and produce that performance and that goal.
You mentioned Luke Summerfield forced off in the first half. Is there any early indication of how he is?
Muscle, calf, so I don't know really. I think, judging, I don't think it's a severe one, so you're probably looking at a couple of weeks, 10 days maybe, but you know, he's come off early enough. But at least the squad proved today that there is substance to it now, and the subs did well really.
You mentioned in terms of team selection of players are missing out. What was behind that selection today in terms of, I know Jason Oswell was on the bench, no Cole Stockton today, James Jennings coming back into the side, plenty of changes.
Yeah, probably, I wouldn't say a leaf out of fouls, but I looked at the team last week. We sort of looked and talked about what we didn't have. We tried to change a few things this week. We changed the day off, we changed location, went to Airbus, and Thursday in particular, you know, basically I think we know the back four. You know, Cara comes into it obviously, and Kieran now Kennedy, but you know, the skipper and Jake have really picked themselves Robbo, and then Jenoff fights out with Cara, and Cara fights out with Robbo. Then the midfield have been pretty sound, and you know, once we get the balance right, we'll look good in there. But the challenge was out really on Thursday morning to who wanted to really play up front, and you know, we tried all permutations. We kept playing, you know, phases of play, attacking play, and Ricky, we knew from before, but he just seemed to come back that bit fitter. I think a few months ago, if he'd put that first half performance in, he'd have been off after 10 minutes of the second half, but he was still going, wasn't he? And we only really brought him off because thought Chrissy could get down into the corners, and so whilst we brought a lot of attacking players in, you know, we probably finished up with pretty much what we've had. But I was pleased for Oswald to get on today. I think it's been difficult for the new lad to come into the situation. I know they come after Salford and Solihull, but then after Salford away, and they came into a situation was a little bit unsettled very quickly. So it hasn't been easy for them. But Stockton, in fairness, had an injection in his back, which was already pre-arranged on Monday. So he didn't train all week really until yesterday. So that was, you know, I was probably looking maybe to start him, but I thought for a big lad, 5 days without really working. Bevan, in fairness, has his best games here. But I was really pleased with Oswald. I thought that was the Oswald we signed, and when things were going across the 6-yard box, you know, I thought that's him. But then we scored just as it was going on, which was obviously great.
So in terms of those performances coming off the bench, perhaps more of a selection headache for you for next week?
Yeah, but that's what I want, for the right reasons though. I don't just want selection headache because we've got a lot of players. I want players who are competing and playing well, and probably, I spoke to them on Thursday, you've got to show me enough to get in the team. So hopefully that competition now gets people fired up and, gets them competing, and if that happens then we are in business really.
In terms of the last few weeks, I know it's been difficult, 5 games without a win, 5 games without a goal, but that league position, you were only ever 4 points adrift. Games today have at times gone in your favour. Salford have dropped points, Solihull have lost, Fylde beating them, and Orient getting a win as well. So perhaps that one win, that propels you a bit closer as well.
Yeah, we're coming to it quite well. Like I said, I just had a look at the results before I came in here, but it's a strange one when you're pushing for something. Every time, probably in the length of time I've been in, you're only lucky, unless you've been at a real top club, you're not pushing for for trophies every season or promotion. So if you look at the times I have been in, there's always been a sticky patch. And sometimes you're searching for the reason, you're searching for everything, but I still don't think we played that bad in all that time. And probably some of the performances were similar to what we saw today, but it culminated in what happened. But we can't just think today we've cracked it. We've got to build on it and get back on an unbeaten run.
Well, that brings me nicely to my final question, really, in terms of, does the challenge now go from getting back to winning ways to maintaining that?
It has to be. We've done it before. We had a great start to the season, and then we had, but what we were doing the first half of the season was losing one and then having another run. So we've got to find it within us to go unbeaten. I think we've said before, I don't think a draw against Dover would have been too bad now.
Yeah.
A draw against Salford away wouldn't have been too bad now. With 2 extra points, a little bit more unbeaten. But that losing, when you don't have that losing feeling much, it has hurt people. It certainly hurt me, and I understand everybody's feelings, but I think we've got to believe. I think we've seen today that we have got enough within the squad to maintain the challenge, but we've got to keep on working on it.
Thank you, Graham.